We got a big emergency, man. I know I was saving to 50,000 chrono crystals, but that plan has to get cancelled. This is an emergency situation because Legends have announced Revival Pycon that transforms into Super Gogeta in Legends Limited rarity. Now, of course, this isn't something that's a surprise. I feel like the Revival part is, but pretty much a lot of people had Super Gogeta in their sights, in their scopes. But the fact they actually pulled the trigger on releasing him is wild. A lot of the GT guys are in shambles already because it definitely feels like if they're dropping a Fusion Warrior pre-festival, then it's very likely that they won't be dropping another Fusion Warrior to be the Ultra of the festival. If you don't know who I'm talking about Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
This is where the fight ends! Size 100!
Their agenda's been going strong. Shout out to BLZ for making the animation you're seeing on the screen right now. A lot of people have been entertaining the possibility of Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta coming, especially because we haven't got anything GT related in a very long time. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be the best unit to easily bring GT back on its feet. GT already has a very strong foundation, given that they have the Tag 4s, which is a very good solo unit, tag unit that does phenomenal stuff. They're able to switch out between Goku and Vegeta having cover no, them being able to switch out and reduce their own time accounts by 10 when they get rising rushed as well. The blue card damage that they do is actually great as well, and the regen factors of course just hit very well. Let's also point out the equipments that GT have overall. It's just so phenomenal how they're able to build such a strong team with very few options available. On top of the fact it's literally GT, not many people care about GT except those 3 guys at the back, including me. But yeah, with the release of LL Super Gogeta, this has changed everything for me, honestly. I was saving towards 50,000 chrono crystals, and I'm actually quite a big advocate to saving your chrono crystals. It's not easy to do, of course, but I always feel like if I can't save my chrono crystals, I shouldn't expect people to either. But of course, I'm not forcing people to. I'm just advising, given that there's most likely something big on the horizon. In this case, we have Super Gogeta, who came right after something that was already big on the horizon, being Ultra Super JANEMBA, which is crazy. It's like seeing a sunset, and obviously we only have one sun, but then another sun comes and it looks even more beautiful than the first one. And then even not to stop it right there, it's very likely we're going to get something even bigger during the festival. I'm not going to guarantee that for part 1 and part 2, but the Ultra is almost a guarantee that it's going to be bigger than anything that we've got this year, which is what's crazy about it. Also, at the time I'm making this video, we haven't got the kit for Pycon Gogeta, the new unit coming to Dragon Ball Legends, but regardless, just because it's a Fusion Warrior, I will be summoning. The big thing that we do know, there's 2 things. One, they're a revival unit. Them just being a revival unit has already got me wanting to summon. Them being a revival unit is a good addition to Fusion Warriors because I've been praying for some sort of support unit on Fusion Warriors. Now, we have Ultra Super Vegeta on Fusion Warriors, which is an endurance unit, of course, but almost every unit in the game nullifies endurance, so having endurance isn't as valued as it once was. The revival layer is fully insane because even if you take me out, I've got another layer to go, so you gotta fight even harder and reset the combo, which is a chance for me to get priority over you when you just had priority over me. Hopefully Gogeta has some support factors. Again, I'm recording this before we've seen the kit, but that would really be the icing on the cake for me. The second thing I wanted to point out is the fact that he's green. A lot of the units in the game, and mainly talking about Ultra Super JANEMBA because he's the most recent and biggest unit in the game right now, with the simple fact that he's an Ultra. Not to say that he's the best. Gold Frieza also exists, but that's also an add-on because they also are half blue. I really don't like Frieza. This Pycon Gogeta unit will be able to color counter them, which is the biggest thing that is needed to get rid of a lot of the blues. I list all the blues every single video, but we're going again. Android 17, Super Saiyan Goku, Zamasu, Sword of Hope Trunks, JANEMBA. I can even add Beast Gohan into the mix this time because Beast Gohan's on the boost now. I'm gonna sprinkle in Ultra Super Gogeta because he's also on the boost now. I've probably missed a couple, but you see the point. Blue is a very dominant color. There's always a lot of good units that come out of that element, so having an actual good green, he's also a defense type, I should have mentioned that. But nonetheless, having a good green makes a big difference in the game. Now, don't get tunnel vision too early. The simple fact that he's green doesn't make him immune to every single element. He's still type disadvantaged to purple, which makes Gold Frieza more valuable in the game as well. So it looks like they're probably going to be staying top 1-2. But the value is there even with the minimal information we got. Just to list it again, they're green, a defense type, and they're a revival unit. I don't need to go into the tags because you can already infer from who the characters are, Pycon and Super Gogeta. You can do that yourself. But I'm super stressed on the fact that I have to spend my chrono crystals on this unit, and not just a small amount. they will be taking everything, which is super sad. I was also so damn close to 50,000 chrono crystals, you don't even understand. I'm literally at 45,000 chrono crystals. In the comment section, let me know how many chrono crystals you guys got right now, and also let me know if you're summoning on Super Gogeta, because a lot of people have been spending the extra cash. Even right now in the game at the time I'm making this video, Ultra Vegito Blue has rerun, Ultra Kid Buu has rerun, Ultra Super Gogeta, he might be gone right now, but he reran as well, and Ultra Super Janemba is also a new Ultra banner that is out right now. There's a lot of bait going on, so it should have been clear that there was some big elephant coming soon, and I always use the term elephant because it's just a big thing in the way that you really can't miss. A lot of people are definitely gutted because they definitely spent their chrono crystals on Ultra Vegito Blue, and even before that, Ultra Super Janemba. Legends really cooked with their baits, I have to be honest, they got a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I showed strong willpower not summoning for Ultra Super Janemba. If you knew how many people told me or DM'd me or left a comment saying,
oh, you need to summon the Ultra Super Janemba, people saying you must summon, please summon, people begging me to summon,
and I just avoided all of that temptation because I knew it wasn't for me. That's simply how you should play the game. If it's not for you, don't just summon because you have to. Sometimes it's unavoidable because the meta is very difficult to get over, but at the end of the day, if you know you're not going to like the unit or use them long term, you really just shouldn't summon for them, and that's how I play the game, and it's rewarded me so far, to be honest, all the way through to the 5th year. Even right now, skipping Super Janemba, I'm being rewarded. My chrono crystals are high and they're releasing a green, which is obviously a direct counter just off the fact that he's type advantage. Let's also point out there's a very high possibility, because Super Gogeta obviously fought Super Janemba, that Super Gogeta is going to do some sort of damage to powerful opponent, and that's just a given in my opinion, but of course it's not a guarantee. There's so much I could talk about with this unit just speculating, but I don't think I'm going to bother doing any of that because once the unit's kit comes out, the speculation won't matter. We'll have the exact specifics of what the unit can do, what the unit is capable of doing, and then when the unit releases, how they would perform in PvP. But I think something more interesting is what surrounds this unit that we can already talk about in definitive terms. Things like the equipment and teams, they're probably the two biggest things that we can immediately start discussing once we just get the unit and their element. So with the fact that Super Gogeta is green, they color counter XYZ, but they also get color counted by XYZ. The equipments, you look at the tags that relate to them, sagas from the movies, Fusion Warriors, so you'd be building teams around the units that belong to those tags. What I'm most excited for is the simple fact that Ultra Vegito Blue is getting plunged out of a puddle, because he was almost drowning in a puddle because of all these blues. Crazy because water's blue as well, and now he's got the perfect unit to cover him, type advantage and all, against Ultra Vegito Blue's weak point. I want to say the devs don't know what they're cooking, but I don't know, man. It seems like when we get closer to the festival, they really do know what they're doing. I can't really say they don't know what they're doing, but sometimes it does seem like that. Maybe we just don't have the full perspective, so we judge too soon. I don't know, man. It could be either way, but really and truly, we can only have the full perspective in hindsight when the things have already happened. But just to end the video, the devs, I still won't forgive you for buffing Gold Frieza the way you did. That completely changed the whole dynamic of the game, and Gold Frieza has been a tyrant in the game for almost 5 months. That's one too long. But I will also point out, it's not like we haven't been through anything like this before. I'll probably talk about it in another video, but the game has actually quite a bit of variety right now. You can actually choose from a numerous amount of teams. You might not be able to collect all the pieces right now, but if you stuck to your guns, you would have all the pieces for any team that you want to use, to be honest. Obviously not any, but there's a selection is what I want to point out. But let me know what you guys think about this situation. I already told you the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the fact that I'm summoning. I'll be spending all my chrono crystals trying to get this Super Gogeta to 14 stars. If I don't do it straight away, I'd at least spend as much as I can and then Z-power them. There will be my next Z-power mission if I don't 14 star them. It depends on how lucky I get. I could get heavily shafted. Things like that do happen. I haven't experienced it, but I've seen it. So I have to be wary of that simple fact. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the video like that, man. I appreciate you guys for watching. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.